on Saturday night, and it was probably one of the Russians that was
One
there.
of the Russians.
That is all I know. The sheet was over his head and everything. So
there's
I don't know
never a
what went
dull
down.
moment on a
I
fight
feel
night.
like we need to bring G in. She
Yes.
looks interested in this
Our lovely friend
conversation.
Gillian Robertson is here. Hey, girl.
What's up and what is going on?
So I have seen nothing on any news outlet, but I'm just letting y'all know. I was at Bellator this past weekend in San Diego. I'm at the hotel after the fights, and obviously several of the Dagestanis were there. Khabib was there cornering Usman. Umar was there cornering Usman. Several of their other countrymen and main training partners were there. And somebody got wheeled out of the hotel very quickly on a gurney with a sheet totally covering them. I'm assuming they weren't dead, like it was to cover, like just prevent people from seeing who it was, because I feel like a bigger stink would have been made. But surrounded by several of the other Dagestanis. So we don't know who. We don't know what happened, but I do know that somebody had a really rough night at the hotel in San Diego after Bellator.
Got all the inside scoop here.
Seriously. Well, now you got me on Khabib's Instagram being like, all right, what's he?
All right, what happened, Khabib?
Is he okay? Like, I don't
know.
know.
I don't know who it is. I feel like it wasn't a big enough lump under the sheet to be Khabib. It was a smaller lump. Khabib was looking pretty well fed.
All right.
He was looking pretty hefty.
Gee, welcome to the show.
How are you today?
We are off the handle right now.
Oh yeah, no, great time to come in.
It's a wonderful time.
I feel like it doesn't matter who's missing. It always gets derailed. Like there's no, we require you, me, and Dave for the show to not
listen. This is why our show is better than everyone else's. But anyway, what's new, Jill? What's going on?
I guess nothing much. We're 9 weeks out now, so we're kind of starting to get into like the beginning of camp. You know, I don't know. I'm just so excited for this fight. Honestly, I feel like it's just such a great matchup for me, a great opportunity. I feel like where I'm at in my career too, I'm just excited for.
Yeah. Are you never not excited for a fight though?
I
feel like you just never get nervous. You're just always like, I can't wait.
Oh no, nerves are definitely a thing for me. I'd say I get more nervous. Honestly, it's the morning of when I'm in the hotel room is the only time I'm really nervous. And then like, it's very bad for me, like super anxious. I don't know. It's very bad when I'm in the hotel room. And then the second I leave to the venue, it's like, I'm good. It's like, now this is work. I know what to do. And I'm on a mission at that point. But it's like, before that moment when I'm just sitting in the hotel room, like waiting, that's the absolute worst time for me.
Worst.
Yeah.
This is your fourth fight this year, right?
Third fight this year.
Okay.
But still.
I was gonna say this last fight actually.
Oh, you had the grappling match. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, against Montana De La Rosa. This last fight, I was super nervous as always in the morning of. And usually we get our hair braided the night before, but I guess there's like too many girls on the card, something like that. They sent the hair braider to my room the morning of, and the UFC's used the same hair braider forever. So I'm like, definitely like I've got to know her over the last couple of years, and that morning she could just tell, she could see like I was taking like a couple deep breaths while like she's braiding my hair. I was like,
oh.
After she braided my hair, she was like, just come here. And I gave her a hug, and she was like, no, come here. And like made me like hug her like a mom. And I was like, it just like, it was like a moment that I just needed. But I'm like, it's just so funny, like the people that come into your lives. And I'm like, she was just so there for me that morning. So it's just a little funny story.
That's so cool.
Sweet.
It's like the hidden soldiers of the UFC that are
hidden
like
gems.
Yes, the gems. Thank you. That are keeping it going. That's so cool. I love that.
Honestly, everybody who works for the UFC, I feel like absolutely loves their job. Every time I go there, I'm like, it would be such a cool place to work for. Just the environment there. Everybody is like, I don't know, they just seem happy to be there, which I feel like is so important.
Oh my God, it's half the battle. I'm like, I'm going through that with my day job of like, okay, I don't really want to do this anymore. It's like, it's a terrible feeling. So to like be able to love your job, that's fucking awesome.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know who I freaking adore with the UFC is Heidi.
Oh yeah, Heidi, exactly. She's like on
She's
top
the
of
best.
everything, the queen.
So nice. I see her like every fight week for Grant, and she's just the best. I love her.
In the back now they have like all our booths that we have to show up to whenever we show up to the UFC. So you have to get your fight kit and like go to nutrition or whatever. And over by Heidi, it's like Queen Heidi's command post, and like she deserves that more than anything,
That's
though.
awesome.
That's
I love
amazing.
it. Did you catch the fights over the weekend, G?
Yes, I did. Actually, obviously Dean Thomas, he was in the corner of Sean Brady.
That's
So
right. That's
yeah,
right.
I made sure to catch them all this weekend.
Yeah. So what was some of your favorite moments?
Favorite moments.
Let's see. So, I mean, we just spoke to performance of the night winner, Cody Durden. That man looked great.
On 4 days' notice.
On 4 days' notice.
Oh wow, I didn't know that about that. I watched the fight, I was impressed, but I didn't know it was 4 days notice. Wow.
Yeah,
Go
4 days
back and
notice.
listen to his interview because he was like, "Yeah, I was wasted on Sunday."
Yeah.
They called
he
me
was like,
Tuesday.
I was partying. I was hungover on Monday. They called me on Tuesday. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. All right.
I
Love
feel
that.
like Natalia Silva definitely impressed me.
Yes.
I feel like she's almost like a wonder boy, you know? You don't see
Yeah.
that karate style being effective often.
Right.
You see a lot
She's
of times
so dangerous.
they're playing from the outside, kind of point fighting. And yeah, like you said, she's so dangerous the whole time against someone like Andrade too, who's lethal at any moment. It was very impressive to see. She was just able to play on the outside, but still do damage the whole fight.
Right, right. I totally agree. I love how her kicks just come from the weirdest angles. Like you think she's too close, but then she's landing it anyway. And then
Yeah.
the way that she cuts angles is fucking beautiful. Like I'm a huge fan of her now. I think she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with for sure. But then Brady had a stellar performance too. So what's Dean like in the corner? Is he I feel like he's probably not too chatty. I don't know.
No. So I feel like he lets the fighters think for themselves. He
Mm.
finds it very important for the fighters to have a high fight IQ. He doesn't think that like the corner should be like AAB, you know, like they're playing
Like
a
you can
video game. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. You sometimes hear corners, they're like, throw 1, 2, 3, and they like let your fighter think for themselves at some point, you know?
Right.
So I feel like Dean knows the work's already done. He spent however many weeks with Brady before this. He spends however many weeks with me before a fight. And he knows we know what to do when we go in there. We know the game plan. We've drilled it so heavily. It's just like embedded in you. You know, you don't even have to think about it. Your body just knows what to do. So
Mhm.
he trusts that we know that. And then maybe if he sees something like a little that he has to be like, hey, make sure you do this, he'll hear him. But it's like most of the times I could tell you every single thing Dean said during the fight because it's only a handful of things, you know?
Does more of his work in between the rounds, whatnot, like making in-fight adjustments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it, he just trusts that like I said, we've done the work. We've spent all these weeks together and I know what to do. So it's like, he thinks if you do have to be cornering someone like that, then it's like, you didn't do your job right through camp.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I can't stand coaches that are like that where it's like jab, jab, keep throwing your jab. All right, now kick. Now do this. And it's like, do you not trust them at all? Like what?
For me too, I'm like, it almost clouds my mind more.
Overwhelming, yeah.
Yeah, because then I have to be like, should I jab right now? No, I shouldn't jab. Like, because I'm assessing the moment as well. It's like,
Right.
just let me assess the moment. Let me think about it, and don't give me more things to do than
Right.
like I already have.
Like if
somebody
I'm in
trying
a
to fight
bad
me first.
situation, yes, coach me out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I agree. I don't think I've had 2 talkative coaches before, and I very much prefer a quieter approach now.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever had 2 coaches that are giving you 2 different things? Because
Thankfully, no.
that
I have
was
not.
that was a frustrating fight. I'll tell you that for sure.
I would be like, well,
Oh.
one of you's not going to be in my corner next time.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that was I mean, this was years ago, but yeah, I'll never forget that. It was like the most confusing fucking thing in the world to have 2 different opinions at once. Yeah.
Shoot me.
It was wild. It was wild. But what I will say, I mean, I am a very much a striking lover. I love the striking game, but the main event had such high level grappling exchanges that even I was like, whoa, this is freaking awesome. So I really enjoyed that. And with the striking in general for the whole night, I thought was so fun. It was like the night of elbows. So many fantastic elbows were thrown in several fights. This is a great question for both of you. What is your favorite strike to throw? Do you have one?
I guess I don't. I obviously am better at throwing strikes on the ground than I am standing.
That's fair.
So I'm like elbows. They're just very easy to get off on a short distance. So I love doing elbows, and now they're introducing the 12-6 elbow.
Yes.
That's right.
So
That's
I'm
great
drilling
for you.
that heavily.
Ooh, okay. Yikes. That shit
Yes.
scares me.
Oh, I'm so excited. The 12-6 elbow, and then we can knee to the face when their hands are on the ground at this point now.
That's right.
So I'm like, both those changes, I'm going to be more than ready for it.
Do you see that happening with the Grasso Shevchenko fight? It happened in their last fight. I wonder if it'll happen this one, because now it'll be fine. So their last meeting, Grasso, I believe, kneed her when Valentina had her hand down, or there was like some discrepancy about it, right?
Yeah.
But now it's fair game. So
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they aren't legal until November.
oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's right. It is
Okay.
November. It
Yeah.
is
You
November.
will not be pulling that. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
it'll be legal for my fight November
Yes.
9th.
Nice.
There we go.
I think that's great for grapplers, especially grapplers that take the back, because people like love to do this like
don't touch me
quadruped thing, and it's super annoying, and it kind of stalls, and it's like it's hard. They keep you from getting hooks in, but they won't like work up because they're afraid of getting mat return, and it's just this really uncomfortable stalling position. I think being able to knee there is going to be absolutely amazing.
Grapplers who like to take the back.
Okay. Speaking of high-level grappling on the card, did you get to watch Jackie Amorim's fight?
Oh, yes. No, Jackie looked absolutely, honestly, she surprised me. And then obviously Vanessa's side of it too. I'm like, keep fighting. Regardless of the situation, keep fighting. Don't complain. Like,
yeah.
I actually sent Dave a video right after, because I'm like, I had the exact same thing happen to me in one of my fights, where me versus Courtney Casey in round 3. And it was during COVID too, so it's like completely silent in there, so you can hear everything. And she goes for an armbar, and she's like grunting hard. And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to Jason Herzog, and I'm like, she has her fingers in my glove. And he was like, no, I think she's good. I was like, no, she has her fingers in my glove.
Oh my God.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like smiling and talking to the ref, but still defending the armbar. And then she lets go of it. I escape it. I'm like, because it's like, defend yourself at all times. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Priscilla Cachoeira stuck her finger in my eye while I was
and
trying
4 other people. Like, that girl was a problem.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, during that moment, I'm not like, hey, ref, she has her finger in my eye. I'm like, no, we need to fight. That's all that matters at that moment.
Yeah, I think I saw that she's gonna appeal the win too. Like, she wants to appeal it. It's like, I mean, do you think she's gonna get very far with that? I don't.
I
don't.
hope
Has
not.
anybody ever won an appeal?
That's a great question. No, that's a great question. I don't know.
Especially in Nevada. Nevada does not ever admit that they're wrong.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
The hand that she had, that she says she had the fingers in the glove, it could have been on the wrist, could have been in the glove. It was hard to tell from the video. But the hand that she said that she had the fingers in was the opposite hand of which she attacked. So I'm like, it didn't make a difference on the armbar.
It shouldn't have mattered. Like, it was an excuse. I agree.
100%.
Yeah. Well, guys, this weekend, I can't believe it. UFC Noche is freaking here. It's been so hyped up that I'm nervous that it's not gonna perform, but I think it's gonna be great. I think the production is gonna be insanity. And I think it's gonna be really interesting to just see it all come together. I mean, it's gonna be wild.
I don't know what to expect of it. I don't know what to, like, even as a fighter, like walking out, having all that going on around you, like, how is that? Like,
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was touching upon it a little bit on Sunday, where I'm like, this is a whole new layer for the fighters. Like, there's going to be a lot of like stimulus to deal with. like, how is the fighter not going to be distracted by a huge screen?
Is it going to be on the whole time they're fighting? Like, that's what I'm
I don't
trying to
know.
understand. Is it just for the walkouts?
I
Is
have
it
no
like,
idea.
because I have the worst ADD ever. I'd be like,
No, for real though. Like, for real. I'd be
I don't
like,
think I could do that.
you know, like, I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but it's like, you already have to deal with the lights and the cameras and all that stuff, and
Right.
then magnify it times 1,000. I don't know.
I will say though that like if they don't have it on during the fight, when the round starts, the lights kind of dim in the arena, and it's literally just you in the octagon in that moment. So
Oh,
I'm like,
that's so terrifying.
That's
I can't
badass.
imagine.
I'm like, I live for that moment.
Right.
I'm like, but it's like when the lights, you see the crowd, you see the arena, you see your name on the side and all the cool stuff, but and like the cameras in your face and everybody like that. The second the cameras walk out, the lights dim, and it's like it just looks
You see
dark.
nothing.
Right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't see anything.
That's kind of nice because it like blocks it out and it's just your fight.
Yeah, it's just you in the middle, and it's just the light. So it's like the crowd doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, you can't even see them. I wonder if they have to do that for the safety of the fighter, you know? It's like,
Probably.
I feel like they can't have that screen on. I don't know, but like,
I'm trying to imagine it would be so bright, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like what if like a light moves and it's like in your eyes for a second? Like,
Yeah, my brain can't wrap my head around it, so we're just gonna have to sit and watch it. And then Dave's gonna be right down the street at the Canelo fight. Why do I feel like he's gonna try and sneak into UFC Noche? I feel him trying to do that. I
he'll
don't know.
take some notes from, I think it was the Argentinian fans down here in Miami trying to crawl into the stadium through the vents.
Oh my god,
Okay.
that's right.
The vents, yeah.
That shit was crazy. All right, ladies, who do we have? Who do you think for this main event here? Who do we think?
I still have O'Malley.
I'm like, I want to say Marab so bad, but I really think it's an easy fight for O'Malley, honestly.
Wow, you think it's easy?
I think honestly, Marab just makes a lot of mistakes. He's a tank. He comes forward, has a gas tank, like nonstop. He's gonna keep coming forward, but he just technically, honestly, he makes so many mistakes. If you watch Marab,
for sure,
I'm like he makes a bunch of mistakes, and I just feel like O'Malley's the guy. He's precise. He's gonna capitalize on that. I see him being able to drop him early, honestly.
I see a drop too, for sure. For the exact reason you said, like he's just such a bowling ball of a fighter that he's not afraid to do the wrong thing in hopes of getting that finish or that position. But you can't do that with somebody like O'Malley. Like you just can't.
If it were 3 rounds, I would feel more confident in a Marab pick, but 25 minutes is just so many opportunities for a guy like Sean O'Malley to make a read, find a mistake and exploit it.
Yeah.
Like,
what round did he
so
finish
much
Aljo? Was it the 4th?
What's up?
When did he finish Aljo? Was it the 4th round? Second round? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm
Pretty
adding
early,
rounds
honestly.
here.
And I
Okay.
think he lost the first round, but it was like Aljo didn't get him down. And I think Aljo has better takedowns than Marab. I think Marab has like a better like go, but Aljo has these crazy long arms and he gets to the back in areas where most people don't. And Marab doesn't have that. He took Jose Aldo down 0 times. He won the fight. He won the fight by holding him against the cage. But O'Malley has better footwork. He's faster. Like that was an old Aldo.
Yeah,
I think
different.
I think that if Marab's best route to win this fight would be to fight O'Malley how he fought Peter Yan. He was like constantly shooting, but also didn't really care to get the takedown, was just using it to strike. And I feel like you got to keep someone like O'Malley off balance, constantly guessing. And it's like, that would be Marab's best path to victory.
But there's so much danger there with the knees.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a dangerous, this is a very dangerous fight for Marab. Yeah. I feel like this is not a dangerous fight for O'Malley. That's where it like, I'm with you, G, because I feel like Marab can win this fight, but it's going to be a
decision.
Grueling up, down.
Right. It's going to be 5 rounds.
Grind fest. While O'Malley just has, there's so much danger for Marab to get through to make it to that victory, you know?
I'm looking at the card here. Let me pull this up. Any show stealers you think will emerge on this card? Like, who do you think is going to be everybody's talking about on Monday morning?
I can't pronounce her name 100%, but Yasmin.
Oh,
Yasmin, yeah.
Yeah.
Haragui?
Yeah, I absolutely every time I've watched her fight, absolute firecracker. Love to watch her fight, so I'm excited
Awesome.
for that one.
Okay, cool. So that is on the prelims. Second fight on the prelims. I'm super pumped for. I love Diego Lopez. I'm a huge freaking Diego Lopez fan. Brian Ortega, like that's gonna be a really fun fight.
That was the fight that was supposed to happen on the same card as me. Got
right.
canceled day of.
Right.
So I'm honestly, I've been excited for this one for a long time.
I know.
So I can't wait to see it.
Guys, the correct answer is Esteban Rabovich and Daniel Zellhuber. Like,
Okay.
I know people are not like stoked that they're on the main card, but that fight is freaking fireworks.
I love it.
I'm not too familiar with Esteban, but Zellhuber, I know, like he actually fought one of my teammates. His last fight or the one before that.
That was a fantastic fight.
Yeah, both of them. It was at like in each other's faces, absolute firecrackers.
Esteban is he just knocked out Terrence McKinney.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Right? Am I mixing him up with somebody?
Which one? Are you talking about Esteban?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he like put Terrence McKinney to sleep.
Oh,
I remember that knockout.
Nasty head kick. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad one. I want to see his tap.
Christian's got me. If you know, you know.
Yes, that's what it is. Yep. If Ortega wins, does he possibly get the next shot at the title after Max?
This might be a hot take, but I just don't think they want Ortega to have a title shot.
I don't think they do either.
No, I think if Lopez wins, he gets the title shot.
Yeah.
I agree.
For sure.
I feel for Brian Ortega. They just don't seem excited for that fight to happen. They don't. He
also just hasn't been very active recently.
Yeah, he just doesn't do it for me in general. I don't know.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I always have. He's a nice guy. He's a good fighter. But yeah, his last couple performances haven't been super exciting either. You know, I think he's the most exciting when he's losing. Usually,
I can't help it. But every time I think of Brian Ortega, I think of the Max Holloway fight and Max teaching him how to box in the fight. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Dude, oh my god,
that's what I'm saying. Like that was one of the most exciting Brian Ortega fights.
Seriously,
and he is tough as nails. Like he is.
For sure.
Tough dude, and I think he's a super tough matchup for Lopez. But
Lopez this is a really big moment for Lopez.
Lopez is flashy, he's dangerous, he's exciting. I agree with you, Gillian. I think if he wins, like they're gonna be like fast track, and if it goes the other way, they're gonna be like, oh, you need 4 more.
All right, settle down, everybody, settle down.
Wall treatment.
Yeah, for real. Well, gee, thanks for joining. As always, did you get your training in today?
Oh yeah, always.
How often are we training right now? Like more than once a day?
It depends the day. Usually Tuesdays, Thursdays I train twice a day. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays I train a lot in the morning and then PT at night. Because I'm old now.
Oh, stop
that is a real thing. I am not gonna stop doing PT for the rest of my MMA career.
That's smart though. That's smart. You're keeping your body right. People that ignore their little aches and pains, they're gonna pay for that way later. Later.
That was me, and now they're not little like aches and pains anymore.
They grew.
Yeah, all right, I get that. Gee, I apologize. Do we know where your fight is yet?
It is in the Apex in Las Vegas.
Oh, you sound bummed.
I know.
It's like the last one too before they close it, right?
Really?
They're closing that shit down. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
They're closing it in November for renovations until next summer.
Thankfully.
So maybe it'll be like a real arena next year.
I'm like, that's just what I need. I hate that there's even like for fighters, they give us 4 tickets usually for arenas, and they're giving us 4 tickets for our fight for the Apex.
I know. So, I get to pop in for Jess Grant's fight, and then we have to leave.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
What is this? That's so messed up.
John's got some coaching for you. Use the CBD.
Use CBD.
All of it. The CBD, THC, I got it.
Yeah.
The whole plant.
The entire plant. I love that. Yeah, I'm so like people get very divided over the Apex if they like it, if they don't like it. I'm so done with the Apex and I'm not even a fighter. So I can only imagine what that's like for like the fighter and their supporters and like it's, it is what it is. But after you get this win, what is your ideal arena? Like where would you love to fight in 2025?
For me, it's all I guess my hometowns are in Florida and Canada. So either
Yeah.
one of those, I'm like, are always happy for me. I'm like, I get a lot of people out there, a lot of support at both in either in Florida or Canada. So I'm like, that's always great for me. It's always been a dream of mine. Both my parents are actually originally from Scotland.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. So I'm like, all my family's from Scotland. And so that's actually always been like a dream location of
Oh,
mine. So
that'd be
whenever the
amazing.
UFC goes back to Scotland, just throw me on that card.
Have
That's
you
sick.
have you been there much?
No, the closest I've been was when I fought Molly McCann in Liverpool. Ugh.
Mm,
Dude, Grant and I went on vacation to Scotland. Is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been in my entire life.
Oh my
that's what I
god,
hear.
Absolutely loved it. We want to go back.
I
Are
would
Oh,
you
love
are
to.
you bummed you're missing the Tampa card by like this much?
Yes and no, because that makes it also not like I was supposed. This fight was originally supposed to be on the Edmonton card a week before,
Right.
and then obviously got pushed back. But now I get to have fun at the Tampa card. I get to come out there and hang out.
true.
So I'm happy about
True.
that.
There's been some talk of Dave buying us all a suite. I don't know.
That
I
shit
fight
better
the day
happen.
before though, so I don't know if I can get back from wherever that fight is to Tampa in time.
All I know is if he doesn't invite me, he's dead to me. I'm trying to be there. I want to be there in that suite, enjoying life. And hopefully we see you there, Gene. That'd be awesome. That'd be
Oh
so
yeah, that
fun.
would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you go, but thank you as always for joining. And we're so glad to hear that the fight camps, we're just beginning, right? It's like,
Oh
here we
yeah.
go, baby. Like we love following your journey, and I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Oh yeah. I'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. See you next week.
All right.
Thanks,
See you, Gene.
Gillian.
I love it. She's the best.